Hello and welcome to Sid Meier's Pirates, and this will be part 16. In our last episode, we disposed of the pirate Ulan Kit after touring not the westernmost parts, but yeah, well, I'd say the westernmost parts of the Caribbean. So in this part, we are going to head back east and hope that we can bump into some named pirates, perhaps, or another version of Baron Raymondo. We have a rather damaged ship with us at the moment, and I hope our sailmaker is keeping himself busy because it's going to be interesting sailing against the wind in that ship. I'm fairly sure our own ship uh, took a few hits. Yeah, we'll live. So, this may involve an awful lot of sailing. Could I actually get it fixed in there? No, that would be rude, wouldn't it? You're not. I'm not paying for it. Pirate Haven. Hmm. One at home. I'll assume there's another one. Mm-hmm. This is quite piratey. I assume our sailmaker is going to repair our flagship first, or is he going to work on the most damaged ship? Let's see. Sails 67%. It could look like he's actually working on the brigantine, which is rather badly damaged. So let us come on. Let's keep going and see where the wind brings us. I'll have a quick look yet again to see. Sails 51. So the carpenter is working on our own hull, which is always nice. Sailing around even with a boat that's leaking is probably not very smart. Fortunately, it also means if we were meaning to capture even some of the other pirates, then we'll probably need to head in this direction. Port Osir. May not be anyone home. So whereabouts are we? We have to remember we are in need of heading to Santa Marta, which of course is a Spanish town. That would be nice if we could capture another pirate or two. But of course, because we are manning this extra ship, we may not have the crew to engage in naval combat. Are we looking? Please say this. Well, looking better. The sailmaker is definitely busy repairing, as he should be. That's what I got him for. The question is, I haven't been a naughty boy for a while even. Oops, there's Blackbeard. Oh, this could be bad. Especially when you think you're the other ship. This could be very bad. I will need to make sure to soften it up. Oh, that shot. Come on. You're not as fast as a frigate. Oh, you have a frigate. I suppose that makes a difference. Bogger, blast. If I'm not mistaken, this captain is very, very dangerous to fight, so we need to do this quick. Come on. Can't afford to do this. We need to win this fight quickly before we lose so many men that we can't maintain the ships. I want his ships, it's another frigate. Of course I want the frigate. That was quick. I hope I will can encourage some other pirates to join us. "18, yes please. Welcome aboard, lads. Definitely keep her. It's a frigate. How much are we plundering? We are plundering quite a bit, I'd say. We need 24 out of our 45 available crew, but yeah, I will hold on to the frigate, definitely. Table. Once it's done counting up, 20,000 gold. Not bad at all. I'd say 21,000 gold. We'll keep her. The sordid career of the second most notorious pirate, Blackbeard, has come to an end, and we can read his story, which is actually quite. I mentioned in an earlier episode that I was going to mention if some of this text will be rather unpleasant, and in the case of Blackbeard, it will. So you have been warned. Part of this tale is not going to be very pleasant. Blackbeard. Born Edward Drummond in England in 1680, the pirate known as Blackbeard learned his trade as an English privateer during the War of Spanish Succession. When that war ended in 1714, he drifted into outright piracy, operating up and down the North American east coast, attacking English shipping and anything else that came within his grasp. Blackbeard operated under the pseudonym of Edward Teach. His nickname came from the beard that he let grow to cover almost his entire face. In combat, he stuck burning slow match, a slow-burning fuse used to fire cannons, under his hat. With his face wreathed in smoke and flame, he was said to resemble a fiend from hell. Legends about Blackbeard's ferocity abound. Once, while he and his navigator were peacefully drinking in Blackbeard's cabin, the pirate pulled out a pistol and shot the man in the knee without warning. When asked why he had crippled the navigator, Cheech replied that if he did not now and again kill one of them, the crew would forget who he was. Nice person. Blackbeard met his end in the fall of 1718 in the narrow channels of Ocracoke Inlet, where he had stopped to refit his vessel. There he and 19 men were discovered by a superior English force of 2 sloops carrying 60 men. Blackbeard and his men fought fiercely despite the odds. His first broadside blasted one sloop right out of the battle, and his second almost cleared the deck of the remaining sloop. Blackbeard then rammed the second sloop and led his men to the attack, where he found himself facing Lieutenant Robert Maynard, the commander of the vessel. Maynard and Blackbeard both had pistols which they fired at nearly point-blank range. Blackbeard's shot missed the lieutenant, while Maynard's hit Blackbeard in the body. But Blackbeard didn't fall. Instead, he took a swing at Maynard, with his cutlass shattering the astonished Englishman's sword with one mighty blow. But before Blackbeard could finish the helpless Maynard, another British sailor attacked him from the side, slashing his throat so badly that blood gushed everywhere. Still, Blackbeard fought on, but soon he was surrounded by English sailors, and they hacked and cut at Blackbeard until he finally toppled over, dead. Seeing their leader fall, the remaining pirates also surrendered. The short battle had been remarkably bloody and savage. Of the 19 pirates, 10 were dead, and the surviving 9 were all wounded. Of Maynard's crew of 35, 10 were killed and 24 wounded. Maynard examined Blackbeard's body and found that he had taken 5 bullet wounds and 20 cutlass blows before finally succumbing to death. As I said, a bit unpleasant tale, but life wasn't easy. So that was Blackbeard. So surely we must have impressed the Spanish enough now to let them forgive and forget. Let us see. Personal status. There's 3 of them. Let us move onwards. We need to. About how we need to go to Santa Marta. Still quite a while away from anything remotely resembling civilization. I suppose. Hey, who are you? You look like a pirate. I probably shouldn't fight you, but you look like a pirate. Doesn't it? That's Henry Morgan. I'm bailing out. I'm just curious. Henry Morgan. This is a fight you only get 1 shot at. I probably shouldn't. "32 guns, 240 men. It's a large frigate. Once a fool, always a fool." The problem is our ship is very heavily undermanned, so reloading guns will take ages. We don't have ages. Because it is a large frigate, I'm still slightly faster than him. I have to rely on that. It will take his crew seconds to slash down my crew, so I have to try and slow him down a bit. I didn't think you would appreciate that, no. Of course he's got grape shot as well, hasn't he? Odds are set at 5-1 at the moment. I'm not sure I can appreciate that. You know what? Let's go for it. Well, that went a lot better and a lot worse than I would hope. There's quite a bit of money we gained from defeating Henry Morgan, which means, of course, we have another write-up to read. Problem is, I want that frigate. It's a large frigate. It is considered to be quite an amazing ship, and of course, it's a price. So I had hoped that some of the sailors decided they would go with us, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this vessel and then immediately abandoned one of the abandoned the slope. I think the brigantine, whatever it is we have. Can't complain about that. Not at all. The sordid career of the first most notorious pirate, Henry Morgan, has come to an end. Before we do anything else, we need to this one we'll have to scrap that one. We'll have to abandon it. Yep. Hopefully. It's got 22 crews, got 31 crew. I don't know. Anyway, Henry Morgan, famously known as the King's Pirate. Without a doubt, Henry Morgan was the greatest English privateer in the 17th century. A bold, ruthless, and daring man, Morgan fought England's enemies for over 30 years and made himself a very wealthy man in the process. In 1655, at the age of 20, Morgan volunteered to join an English expedition against the Spanish Caribbean city of Santo Domingo. When that assault failed, the expedition attacked and captured the island of Jamaica, which was virtually undefended at the time. In 1663, Morgan began leading independent raids against Spanish from the new English base of Port Royal, Jamaica. Bearing an English letter of marque, Morgan and 200 men set sail for the Yucatan, where they hid their vessels, marched 150 miles through jungle, and sacked the town of Villahermosa. The force then proceeded to Honduras, where they captured the inland city of Gran Granada. Morgan returned to Port Royal in triumph, an extremely wealthy and popular man. In 1666, he was made colonel of the Port Royal militia and was made admiral by the Brethren of the Coast. Over the next several years, Morgan and his men were to sack Porto Principe, Portobello, Maracaibo, and Cartagena, an incredible list of successes. In 1670, Morgan launched an attack against Panama, the greatest Spanish city of all. After capturing the fort guarding the Charges River, probably pronounced that wrong, which leads inland towards Panama, Morgan and 1,600 privateers boarded canoes and headed up the river. After a nightmarish trip of almost a week through, I can't pronounce that word, pestilential swamp and heavy jungle, the exhausted and starved buccaneers reached Panama. The enemy awaited them on the far side of the clearing, consisting of 1,700 infantry and a couple of hundred cavalrymen. The force was at least the equal of Morgan's. Disliking the idea of sending his weakened men in a frontal assault across open ground, Morgan dispatched 300 men to sneak through the forest and hit the enemy in the flank. When the surprised enemy turned to face this new threat, Morgan and the remaining men would come in and finish them. Then the defenders made an incredible blunder. Ignoring orders to hold their ground, the Spanish cavalry began to charge Morgan's position. Caught up in the excitement, the untrained infantry followed. Once the enemy was in the open, Morgan's men opened fire while his flanking party attacked the enemy from behind, sending the Spanish army reeling back in confusion. The enemy broken, Morgan and his men marched into Panama. Morgan's sack of Panama was a grievous blow to Spanish pride and power in the Caribbean. He was knighted and made lieutenant governor of Jamaica. Though an able administrator, Morgan was unsuited for the life of a bureaucrat. He spent his nights roistering with his buccaneer comrades in the Port Royal taverns, and by 1683 he was removed from Jamaica's governing council for his passions and irregularities even. The unrepentant Morgan died in his bed 5 years later. He was killed by dropsy, an ailment caused by gross overindulgence in food and drink. Probably just how the old rascal wanted to go. That was the most famous, notorious pirate even, pirates, pirate of this game that we just defeated. So our fame should be quite high now. It's got every upgraded. No, it hasn't got cotton sales. Interesting. How are we looking? Personal status. We've defeated 4 out of 9. That should definitely help with the Spanish. So let's see if we can just sail into Santa Marta. We may be able to, we may not be able to, but we've got 70,000 gold pieces right now. So, not that, don't want to go in there. Thank you very much. It would be nice finishing off on a high note on this part by capturing a naughty criminal. Of course, again, as I was saying in an earlier part, the problem about doing all the good stuff is the fact that there's not an awful lot of good stuff left to do afterwards. So, let us see if they open fire. They should hopefully have forgiven us for, I mean, we've defeated the 2 most notorious pirates, actually the 3 most notorious pirates. See, they are not calling me a pirate anymore. Hopefully. We can just sail in. Where are we? You are here. Don't want to go down there. No, thank you very much. And I don't want to sail over shoals either. I need cotton sails for that large frigate, and that will be my flagship. There's a ship of the line available. I don't know whether it will actually pop up in the game. It is listed in the Piratepedia, and it is basically a capital ship, so they are not necessarily sent out for silly things like pirate hunting and things like that. Can I sail in there? I said something about wanting 3 frigates, but you know what? I don't think that's the case. Let's go and speak to the governor and see what he says. My dear Mr. Wolf, please come in. Maybe it's, okay, I understand that you recently defeated rank of captain. The governor's beautiful daughter enters the room. Rank of baron. Goodbye. Well, now we've got a Spanish rank as well. Oh, he's willing to trade. Have some cannons, will you? Probably need 50 now because of the large frigate. You can probably get rid of some of all this food. 12 months should be plenty. Anything else? Spice? Fine. Consult with the shipwright. It pains me to sell it, but I should probably mention the large frigate as well, by the way, but we will. It's painful, but I'm doing it. I do not want to sustain the crew of 2 ships this size. I sort of want to hold on to glory, but we'll sell her. Shame, but we need the spare men. Before we go in and capture the naughty, let's quickly have a look at the large frigate. Size large, surprise. Turning radius wide. Classification warship. Maximum crew 250. Maximum guns 40. Maximum cargo 90. Speed fast. We've basically got the same sailing parameters as the frigate. These square-rigged vessels are excellent ships of war, fairly handy to maneuver and faster than most square-rigged ships with close haul. They are equipped with a large number of cannon and crewed by excellent sailors. In general, large frigates are too valuable to be assigned to standard patrol duty or to pirate hunting. If a large frigate is in the area, chances are that it has some kind of very important mission. It is nearly impossible for pirates to capture a large frigate. Sorry, it's something in my throat. But anyone who did would quickly become famous. Present tense, past tense, in same sentence, seems a bit. Anyway, would quickly become famous throughout the Caribbean. So, turn the game. What did I want to do? I want to visit the tavern. Traveler. This is an herb. Yeah, I'll take it. Can help prolong my life. Yep. Are we looking for crew 14? I could use a few spares. Yeah. The two must. Okay, cool. Huh? Wasn't he supposed to be in? Okay, wrong town, but we're just going to squeeze him into this episode. Yuri Lahacha, I would assume. Maybe I'm wrong. I need cotton sails for that large frigate. Beautiful ships, all ships in this game. That's one thing I really appreciate about the graphical update, because of course the version was made 18 years after the original. But the ships are absolutely beautiful, no denying. So, visit tavern. Trader. Let's take what we can get of items. They can always come in handy. It says you're now the first most notorious pirate. The bartender motions you over. The spy Connery is hiding in the back. If you wish, I will take you to him. You must answer to me. And we show he's probably wielding a cutlass, and then he wields a rapier and beats the living daylights out of me. No? Hoopla! Fancy moves there, mate. Didn't help you, but they are fancy. Why was that suddenly? Notice the front is extremely small. Whatever, you are master swordsman, sir. I will return to face justice in Portugal. You have definitely earned your, or certainly earned your reward of 3,000 gold. Okay, he couldn't offer me anything in return. What a shame. Are we actually the most? Intriguing. Let's see. Top 10 pirates. They haven't 0 gold because they've all been defeated. So we got Jack Rackham, Bart Roberts, Rocket Brasiliano, or Rene Steve Burnett left to go. Not bad. 17 promotions. So we are going to pause the game here and say that was a very exciting part. We got quite a few things done, and it was a bit of gamble to go up against Henry Morgan, but I thought, I don't know where he was sailing to, and I wouldn't know if we would find him again and get another shot. So it was a gamble. It was a risky gamble, but it paid off. So for now, thanks for watching, take care, and see you next time. Bye bye.